This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by 90s Fashion. Bring back Bugle Boy jeans and Sun Ice jackets, folks.
This episode is also brought to you by 90s Music. Back streets back.
All right.
Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody. Oh.
This is Real Garbage. Crazy times right now.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Monday, so
Yeah.
I bet you there's like more stuff happening by the time this airs.
Is released. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully more stuff along the lines of justice.
I hope so.
Fuck.
Good God. I went down because I didn't even know this was happening. So the week we just had the weekend, and Saturday I go to my friend's place, and we're just shooting the shit, and he goes, "Oh, have you seen what's happening in the States?" Because all I knew about was the George Floyd murder.
Yeah.
And then I heard that 3 or 4 days later, the one police officer was being sentenced to third-degree murder, and the other 3 were fired.
Yeah.
That was it. But he's like, no, they are protesting and rioting. And I'm like, what?
All over, like even in Seattle. All over the fucking states.
All around the world, actually, is happening.
Yeah.
And people are like, fuck this. We've had enough.
There's even like rallies happening in Canada.
Yeah, there's one in Vancouver tomorrow.
There's one happening in Calgary in a couple days too.
Well, I agree with everyone protesting.
Yeah,
enough
100%.
is enough. Bullshit. I went down the rabbit hole hard yesterday on Instagram, just hashtag protests.
Yeah.
And I watched one video where these people were just on their porch at home, and they're filming, and they're like, "Oh my God! Look at all the cops coming down the street!" And there's like a swarm of police officers coming, and they're like, "Get back in your house! Get back in your house!" And they're like, "Get back in the house now!" And all of a sudden, they just start fucking shooting these innocent people with rubber bullets.
God.
Like, they're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, they arrested the CNN reporter and his crew, and they're like...
They were shooting at news crews with rubber bullets. Like,
and all the crews are just going, we'll go wherever you want. It's cool. We're being cooperative.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and they're like macing peaceful protesters and...
So the 10-year-old girl who got maced, that was hard to watch, screaming, getting milk poured in her face. I said that to someone. They said, "Well, what's your kid doing at a protest?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's a knee-jerk reaction, first of all." But I'm like, everything started as a peaceful protest.
Yeah,
I heard it was peaceful protest, and then the cops just started going crazy in a lot of places.
And now, like all of this, like this chain reaction of like rioting, going from peaceful protest to rioting, is a chain reaction from like so many police officers coming at it with violence.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, I've seen a lot of videos of a lot of the really good police officers giving some great speeches and stuff. I'm like, hell yes, right on. Like, and I love seeing like Governor Cuomo from New York going, no, I side with the protesters.
Yep.
This is enough is enough.
Yep.
And then you've got the idiot in charge. I reinstalled Twitter last night just to read his tweets. My God.
I know. He enough said with the fact that white people are showing up on the steps of Congress with their AKs demanding restaurants and hairdressers to be reopened during the quarantine. And he's like, oh, listen to these like thoughtful, respected people, blah, blah, blah. And peaceful protesters are thugs.
And
are you fucking kidding me?
And then he wrote that when the looting starts, the shooting starts. That's like a quote from a super racist ex-president or governor or something. I'm like, what are you thinking?
And, you know, like 2 things I've been thinking about during this is, one, we know that the majority of Americans want to see change and progress based on who they elected 8 years ago. Yeah. Barack fucking Obama was elected president twice. And so I've been thinking a lot about that. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Oh, mind-boggling.
I don't know. I'm just really glad. I'm very, very thankful and grateful that we live up here. I really am. Because at least we have someone in charge. Yeah, he might be kind of an idiot sometimes. Everybody likes to rip on Trudeau. But if something like this would happen up here, you at least know he would stand up and go, this can't happen here.
And he like the shooting with in Nova Scotia. And he also, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he's been working and partnering with the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women group.
Yeah.
I'm not oblivious to the fact that there is like also racism happening here and hate crimes happening here and that type of shit happening here. But it's just, it's gone so unchecked in the States for so fucking long.
Well, it just comes down to you need to set an example. Your leader needs to set an example. And when you have a person in charge who takes zero ownership for his behavior, zero ownership for for the decisions that he makes that may not work out, it just snowballs from there because everyone else is like, well, I don't have to take ownership for my own shit either. So you've got someone in charge that just isn't setting the right example and is just letting shit get out of control.
And it's not even just him. It's the entire system of I have nothing to do with it. It's not my fault. Plague of entitled, privileged white guys in the system that are like feeding the fire of this.
Yeah, it's
because
ridiculous.
even, I saw this post today and it said something to the effect of, hello?
Noisy car.
Even if you get rid of Trump and someone like Barack Obama or someone equally or even more greatly so is better for office comes into play, there are still going to be the implementations of systemic racism happening.
It's a broken system.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's at the helm. It's still going to operate the same way.
Yeah.
At least
but it would help if the person at the helm was breaking down that system from within.
Setting a good example.
Yeah.
And I love hearing that a lot of his governors are now going like, just shut up. If you have nothing good to say, shut your mouth. We don't want to hear it. I'm like, yes, awesome.
Yeah.
Like you got Cuomo was like, I side with the protesters. Shut your mouth, you orange fuck.
Yeah. And then the mayor of Minneapolis is like, he dead ass said on the news, if I had went and killed someone on video, I would be indicted right now.
Yep.
Like there's nothing to it. Like,
yeah, that right there just show like the leader of the free world should have first and foremost been like something like this cannot happen. We will not allow it to happen, and this person will pay.
Yeah.
Justice will be served. That should have happened first.
Yeah.
But instead, he's it's not my problem. I'll let the state handle it. And then you get something like this.
And it's also like if you look at the Minneapolis Police Department, like this guy, I'm just gonna call him Fuckface because I don't know his Fuckface of many. In his 19 years on the police force, had 15 formal complaints of being enacting police brutality.
Wow.
He's like
15.
15. I looked this up. He's shot and injured Native women and different other people of color throughout his whole career, and there are photos of him on his personal Facebook, probably gone now, but there were photos circulating around of him in a Trump-esque red hat, except instead of saying "Make America Great Again," it said "Make America White Again."
Oh my God.
Like, this comes down to the police department too. Fucking vet who you're hiring better.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with a coworker, and she brought up a good point. It takes you 8 years, roughly, to become a lawyer, to practice law, to understand law. And it takes you 8 months to become a police officer.
Yeah, that's a little backwards.
So how are you expected and trusted to uphold all aspects of the law when clearly, based on that time frame, you couldn't possibly know all of the extents of the law? Like...
Well, then you get, because my sister dated a cop a long time ago, and this guy, I've met a lot of police, like RCMP up here.
Yeah.
He was a douchebag, Like an absolute douchebag. He's telling me a story. He's telling me and my family a story at Christmas time. And he's like, man, I had this guy at gunpoint once. And I was like, get on your knees. And the guy wouldn't get down. And he was like, get on your knees or I'm going to send you to Jesus, motherfucker. He actually said that.
Oh my God.
And my brother and I are looking at each other going, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking at my sister going, this is the guy you're dating?
Yeah.
They're not dating anymore.
Yeah,
But I couldn't believe I heard that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Fuck you. Most of these people that are cops, these douchebag cops, are the guys you hated in high school. They're like, oh man, you're going to grow up to be a piece of trash, aren't you?
And the self-entitled captain of the football team becomes like a police officer.
Yeah.
But
there are...
there are good ones.
Lots of good cops.
100%.
Especially around here. I love the cops around here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And like, that's another thing I've been seeing around is people saying, we aren't saying we hate police officers and we hate all police officers and all police officers are pieces of shit and are awful. That's not it at all. Like, everyone's very aware that there are good police officers. It's just the fact that there are also significantly bad and potentially evil ones who are allowed to be in these positions of power.
Well, and like I said, it trickles down from the top.
Yep.
Set an example, teach people properly. Like, it's all about how you were raised and where you were raised. And you got to remember, there's a lot of places still around here that racism is just flowing through in full force.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
Well, yeah, because like you aren't born racist.
No.
You're molded to
you're
be.
taught to be racist.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you want to just go and learn like martial arts so you could just kick people's asses
Truly.
that are pretty ignorant like this? Just
Fucking
like
truly.
Jeff Speakman in The Perfect Weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This movie, okay. So I put this on the list because I had watched it. I think I watched it when I was about 10. And I remember
You watched a lot of like 80s, 90s action movies when you were
Absolutely. My mom dated before she married my stepdad. She dated a couple different guys, and this one guy, Mike, would always take us to the movie store on the weekends. Clemenson's Movies and More. I've talked about it before. 10 movies, 10 days, $10.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was a great deal. And he would like, yeah, go nuts. So we just got R-rated movies and all sorts of just movies we shouldn't have been watching as 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
But this was one of them. And I remember Jeff Speakman being really, really badass in this movie. And I was like, I wonder if it still holds up. It wasn't bad.
No.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't
I
either.
had 4 pages of notes on it, though.
Yeah.
But
he was cute.
okay.
Why didn't he blow up?
How old did you think he was in this movie? Like the actor?
Like 40.
He's 31 in this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made a note. I'm like, he's 31 when he made this movie. He looks like he's in mid-40s with a dad bod, but he takes care of it.
Yes.
Because he does martial arts.
I've noticed that in general about people born in like the 70s, 60s, and 80s is like, and the only, like, I watch like true crime shows and stuff, and I was watching one the other day about a missing girl who was eventually found like 30 years later, and this photo was like of a 12-year-old, but she looked like she was in her 20s. And I was like, what the hell is going on with the water? Or like, what the hell's happening in the 70s where people are 12 and they're like, oh, I'm 20.
So I've talked about this with people before. Adults now don't look like adults back then.
No.
When I was a kid, like I looked at people in their 30s and went, man, okay, that's what 35 is going to look like? Shit. And I'm 37.
Yeah.
I'm turning 38 in September. I don't think I look like I'm turning
God,
38.
no.
I mean,
you look like 28.
Well, thank you. I would have said like early 30s, but I'll take it. But I don't look like a
you don't look like
35-year-old in the
saw.
90s. Yeah. Like 40 back then was like, oh my God, the grave's coming pretty soon, isn't it? Like, you're toast.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting ID'd for many, many moons.
Well, I think that so it comes down to, well, we're taking better care of ourselves now.
True.
We have more information on diet and what's healthy and what's not.
And now it's just second knowledge that we know that smoking and drinking every day is bad for you.
Yeah. try not to drink every day. But actually, I haven't smoked weed. I've smoked weed twice in the last 6 days.
Ooh.
Okay, synopsis of The Perfect Weapon. I got this.
Yeah.
So,
please.
Jeff's a young delinquent. So his dad signs him up for Kempo martial arts school in the hopes of setting him straight. And it works, kind of. Years later, Jeff's marshal. No, scrap. Jeff. Damn it. I don't want to like stare at it and read it. Years later, Jeff's mentor, Kim, is being threatened by one of the Korean mafia families. Jeff wants to help him and his friend. Good God. Jeff wants to help his friend, but is too late to prevent Kim's death. So he vows revenge on all the families. That's basically it, yeah. He tracks down the guy that kills him. Mm-hmm. I should have just like read this and just put video over top of it, but doesn't matter. I fucked it up enough. We're good. So yeah, this was a classic like vengeance story.
Yeah.
With lots of martial arts in it. It was from 1991, so I was 9 when this came out. You weren't even a thought.
I was
for like
-4.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, so you'd never seen this.
No.
I'd seen it once. It was just as good as I remember, actually.
I, like, growing up, when my grandparents and I went to our lake house, we didn't have cable there or satellite or anything. We just had movies. So I grew up watching, like, Last Action Hero.
Great movie.
Yeah, The Indian in the Cupboard, True Lies, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, Terminator. And, like, watching this, I thought to myself, if they had this on VHS, I definitely would have watched it at the lake house.
Yeah, it was good. It was like, it did have a lot of, okay, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So opening scene, we're introduced to our main character. His name's Jeff. Mm-hmm. And he's
driving.
He's working on a crew.
Oh, right.
The opening shot, they're on a beach. The first shot is the shovel hitting sand on a beach. And the sand is going about a foot to the right. And then the camera zooms out and he's wiping his brow.
Worked up a sweat.
There's also another 8, 9 workers, and they're all just moving the sand around. And I'm going, what are you digging?
Building a park?
What are you digging? You're on a beach. You're just moving the sand from one spot to the other. So this is a perfect example of I think lazy background directing.
Yep.
Because they're just like, just look busy.
Just look like you're working.
Nobody's gonna care what you're doing.
Trade
Meanwhile,
secret.
We're looking at it going, what are you doing? Then it's like, hey Jeff, break time.
And then his break just turns into this entire movie.
It does. They get right into it.
Like, how long was this?
Oh, yeah.
Like supposed to be lasting? Like his 15?
His break goes right into I've got the power.
Yes.
And he does a 2-minute long martial arts opening credits montage.
I was like, is this Tai Chi dancing?
This was Kempo Karate, which is a mix of or just Kenpo. There's Kempo and Kenpo. I looked him up. Kenpo and Kempo. Kempo, this one, is Shaolin Kung Fu mixed with karate. So that's, you get like you can see he kind of has like the Bruce Lee-esque sort of move. And this guy was like Jeff Speakman was a legit Kempo martial artist. He was an ass kicker. Like, and I mentioned that to you, and you said, "Oh, like bigger than
Van Damme."
See, Van Damme was like a ballet dancer who was good at karate, and then just had the look in the 90s.
Yeah,
I will give you a one hint. There is another Van Damme movie in my jar.
Oh,
it's a good one. But yeah, I was telling you that Van Damme's first role that I think I ever saw him in, I think it was his first role ever, was a background extra in a movie called Breakin', where he's just dancing in a one piece, like a unitard, short tank top. It's just so
90s.
He was famous for that, wearing those like super skimpy tank tops.
Yeah.
Like the workout shirts where you're like, look at my pecs, bro. But it was, yeah, so this guy was like, Speakman was like a legit martial artist, kind of like Steven Seagal, like as cheesy as Steven Seagal was. Steven Seagal was big Aikido. So it was a lot of like, it's like a martial art where you use your opponent's momentum against them. So like I'd go to punch you, but he'd be like, and he would just grab you and you would just walk into his
death.
Yeah, basically. He just kick the shit out of you.
Holy shit.
So that guy was like, as cheesy as Seagal is, he
was
a
legit
badass too. Yeah, and that guy got like a ton of movie roles.
Yeah, he was freaking famous. I don't understand why. I just wrote his name down. His in real life name is Tug Speedman, like Ben Stiller's character in Tropic Thunder, because every time I read Jeff Speakman,
Tug Speedman.
I would think of Tug Speedman. But like, I want to know why he didn't blow up.
I don't know. I didn't look at his filmography because this was the only movie I remember seeing him in when I was a kid.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure we looked for more of his too, because I know my brother and we loved martial arts movies, and I was always the victim of him trying all these martial arts moves.
Makes sense.
And I was like, man, we got to find more movies with this guy, because I noticed in this movie they did not use a lot of slow-mo.
No,
like a very, very minimal amount.
Yeah, everything looked legit, and
the fight scenes were intense. Like I was like, damn, these guys look like they're getting their asses kicked most of the time. Yeah. There were a few, I'll point them out later, a few scenes where I'm like, oh, that guy just completely jumped into that move. He didn't even touch him. He was like, bah! Falls face down on the ground. I'm like, rewind that. Gives Kim a call. Hey, Kim, what's going on? Just want to see what you're up to. And we flash to Kim's shop. The Korean mafia's in there smashing the place up because they were like, hey, we're going to run drugs through your store. And he's like,
no.
So Jeff's like, what's going on? Smash, smash, smash. He's like, well, I better get down there after the buddy pulls the phone out. We get this long zoom in shot of him driving down the highway and I mentioned, how was the soundtrack in this? Because I got the power, and then everything else was just like a dum-dum, or dramatic, like orchestral music.
I was thinking, it made me think of, because Mariska Hargitay is in this, every single time they played that music, I was thinking of the Law and Order.
Yeah. So we get this long zooming shot to him in the car, and then like a dream sequence dissolve to
him as a kid.
So we get the whole story right off the bat. And I was thinking, well, it's only an hour and 25 minutes long, so they got to step on it.
The pacing was good. I wasn't like, oh my God, I don't care.
See, this was back in the day when movies were only an hour and a half tops.
Yeah, now they're like 2.5 hours, 2 hours on average.
I missed the days of 90-minute movies.
I know,
that was a 90-minute runtime, because I think it was mostly because it was on VHS.
Yes,
it was rare you had a 2-piece VHS movie.
Titanic,
I remember having that.
Yep.
Like, I gotta change the tape. Nobody rewound it. Come on.
I know.
You probably never had did you have a VHS or VCR?
Yeah. I have one in my room right now.
Did you have a tape rewinder?
Oh, yeah. I'm not a pilgrim.
A separate tape rewinder?
Yeah. You don't rewind it in the VHS. You put it in the separate single tape, and it's like, woo! In like 5 seconds, and it's rewound.
We never had the rewinder. We always used the VCR.
Wow. I feel for you. VCR.
Yeah, we were ghetto.
Oh.
We were country. So flashback. So his dad's giving the whole story like, he's a bad egg.
He's lashing out because his mother died. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Like, you piece of shit.
Well, and his dad's a cop.
Yeah.
His dad is a bit of a pussy. He's like, I don't know how to handle him. I'm like, you're like a 240-pound, 6'3" man.
Like your entire job is like to maintain structure and order and peace.
Can't even keep his own house in order.
And you're like, you're just going to send your kid away because he's angry and lashing out because his mom died? Like, you psycho.
I love this. So Kim's like, because Kim is the family friend.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, why don't we put him in Kempo school? And his dad goes, is that one of those new hippie schools? I'm like, huh? No, he said, I'm going to send him to military school. One of those military schools that specialize in discipline. I'm like, well, wouldn't they all specialize in discipline?
Don't all military schools?
The military.
Specialize in discipline?
Just do as many push-ups as you feel like, guys. It's cool. You don't feel like running, just stay inside.
Jumping jacks, meh.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
So I thought that was a little strange.
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, yeah, of course it's going to specialize in discipline, stupid.
It's military school.
So we got a training flashback. So he joins Kempo school, and this is hilarious because like they're hitting each other. Bam, bam, bam. He gets knocked down by Jennifer. Is her name? Jennifer.
Yeah.
It's like, Jennifer, pick him up. Picks him up, and they're like, ooh, kind of looks at her. I'm like, all right. He's going to get himself a girlfriend.
Nope.
So they show the training, blah, 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 goes on. And then we get I love the high school flashback.
Oh, yeah.
He's pole vaulting. They got to let us know that because it's going to come in handy later. So he pole vaults, and then his brother meets him on the field, and I guess he's not supposed to be there or something.
Yeah.
So this douchebag football player's like, hey, beanpole, get off the field. And his little brother's like, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
He's basically just antagonizing him. Like,
yeah, just like just chirping.
Little mouthpiece. And I'm like, dude, just knock it off. And his brother's like, fucking stop.
Yeah.
And then eventually it comes to a head, and the little brother's like, up yours, bro. And the football player backhands him hard.
So hard.
The whole time this football player's lipping off these two, saying like, oh yeah, you're going to beat me up, blah, blah, blah. The other football players
They're like,
are not paying attention, I guess, or watching at all, because Jeff comes back. This is where I like, oh, the slow motion here is so cheesy. Kicks this football player 4 times.
in the head.
Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah.
Knocks him out unconscious. Like they call an ambulance, but people start running over going, what happened? I didn't see anything. What happened? I'm like, what?
You didn't see this yelling altercation?
Yeah, you were just standing there with your buddy while he was like, hey man, get off here. I'm like, you would have definitely watched that.
Yeah.
But no, nobody was watching. So I'm like, okay, fine then. And then... Oh, yeah, then he gets arrested.
Yeah, and then his dad is like, get out of my house.
Yeah.
Kicks him out.
I'm like, he's like...
Because he's 16? A danger to his brother and like, what?
Yeah, it just seemed like a really weird decision. And again, it goes back to this cop dad just not being... Just being fucking weird. Dad, man. Be a dad.
Yeah.
Tell him what to do. Teach him something. Oh, so then we go back to... He's back at Kempo school with Master Lowe. Mm-hmm. And Master Lowe is trying to explain to him, you're a tiger. Not a dragon. Tigers don't think. Tigers just act. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, so dragons think? And he's like, dragons are wise. Dragons know that they're dangerous, but they don't use it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
He's like, so when you, what does he say? He's like, when you find the dragon, he's like, then I'll find the, no. When you get older, then I'll find the dragon. He goes, no, then you'll be a man. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So some of the dialogue in this was hard to listen to.
It was hard to follow. I was like, so is this whole movie about him going on like a self-spiritual journey to find the dragon? No,
it's about him kicking the shit out of mafia people.
Yeah, out of
awesome.
Everyone.
Because he doesn't just. I just loved how as we get through the movie more and more, the idea of just murdering was just so cool with these people. They're just like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Hey man, kill him for me. Yeah, kill him for me too. I'm like, oh, guys. Relax. Like,
I was trying to figure out where the fuck this was taking place because it didn't say what time period, it didn't say where, but I saw a brown and yellow license plate, so I Googled it, and the 2 things that came up were Wyoming and California. So I'm going to guess California based on the weather.
I think so.
But it's just one of my pet peeves with movies. Like, there's a fine line between telling us tastefully where it's taking place. Like, oh, I forgot to mention this last episode. A good example was in Pacific Rim when they said they were in some place in China that I hadn't heard of and then said China. Like, it wasn't traditional Beijing, Shanghai, that type of thing. I don't like that when it's like, takes place London, England. I know.
Or just somewhere in the USA.
Yeah. But, like, tell me where it is, but don't dumb it down and be like, California, Los Angeles. Like,
welcome to 90s movies.
Yeah.
It's all the information you get.
Tell me where it is.
Somewhere where there's yellow and brown license plates.
Yeah, fuck.
That's all you're getting. So now we go back to Kim's shop. They're in there busting it up again. And I love this.
And then Rufio's there.
That's who that is. I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah. I had such a big crush on him when I watched Rufio. Oh, when he died, my little heart broke. Fuck.
He died, like the
Hook
actor?
stabbed him.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actor's alive.
Oh, no, he's alive.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying when Rufio died in Hook, that broke my heart.
Hook in a long time.
We should put that on our next list.
Can we make fun of it? Is it that bad?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's Robin Williams. I think it's pretty good.
They had a really big fat kid rolling up in a ball and rolling down a pirate ship flank. We could make fun of it because we
could.
Not.
All right, we'll put it on the list. All right, so they're smashing up Kim's shop. I loved this. The one guy swinging his bow staff, and he swings it through the window. Smashes it through the window. Mm-hmm. And Jeff, just for some reason, is just like, I'm just going to grab this and pull it out the window.
Yep.
He yanks Buddy off his feet right through the window and just steps through the window like it's just another day. And is like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, is there a problem here? Then he like kicks all their asses and they run away. And Rufio is like, that's the Korean Mafia. You're a dead man.
Yeah, he's telling him, he's like, you should just leave. And Kim's like, nah, he's a friend. Don't worry about it. And I got to say, I may have mentioned it earlier, but the fight scenes in this, like, it's no slow motion. it looked pretty realistic.
Yes, it did.
For 90s fight movies.
Those, like, right in the beginning when he was fighting that football player, those kicks looked like they were connecting.
Yeah, the dude was wearing a helmet. I think that's
True.
why they slowed it down, because he wasn't kicking very hard.
Yeah.
But the scenes where he's fighting the full-grown men.
Yeah, that looked legit.
Yeah.
That didn't look like all the faux,
Oh, and that's why, like I said, like Jeff Speakman was a real deal. That guy was like, he was
Damn.
throwing and fast. He was really fast, which was pretty impressive. Like, it's not like you watch a Van Damme movie and every kick he throws is in slow motion. You're like,
Yeah.
come on, man. You see it, and there's maybe 1 or 2 regular speed kicks, but this was like, no, this guy's throwing like 18 punches in 2 seconds. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Kicking ass. Mm-hmm. So
I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, Big Kahuna, what's his name? Tanaka.
This guy, okay, he's a professor, or was a professor. He died in 2000.
From
He was, you know how old he was in this movie? Take a guess.
Oh, fuck.
I looked it up.
Is he 30?
No.
He died when he was 47.
He
I
died
think.
when he was 70
Oh.
in
I'm thinking of the other
2000. So
guy.
he was 61 years old.
In this?
Yeah. That was like, that's Odd Job from James Bond.
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember if he was the one
Random
from James
Task.
Bond or Random Task. Random Task,
Random Task
was
was
a
smaller.
murderer
Actually?
in real life.
Oh, I think you've told me that before.
Yeah. Because I saw him and I was like, is this a murderer or is this the nice WWE guy?
No, this guy
This was
was
the nice WWE guy.
Yeah, Professor Toru Tanaka.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the big Asian. He was like the Asian henchman
Yeah.
in movies back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
He was a badass motherfucker, and he was always known for being super strong, super hard to fight. He was also in The Running Man with Schwarzenegger. He was Sub-Zero.
Yes.
Sub-Zero now, just plain zero. Great line. Love that movie. But yeah, he just killed that dude. What was up with the white flower? I tried looking up.
His signature, I guess.
I think it was, something.
Yeah,
as I looked up Korean mafia white flower, I couldn't find anything.
No, and I couldn't find any trivia for this movie.
No.
So I think it was just a killer signature.
Yeah, he seemed to like it. He was just like, ho, 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 it's
Yeah.
flower time. And then he headbutt that guy.
Oh, and killed
killed
him.
See, this was a thing. When I was a kid, watching these movies, we had to worry about 3 things as we grew up. You could kill somebody with a headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
You could also kill someone with a palm strike, driving the nose bone
into your
the
brain.
We actually believed that.
I did. I believe that one.
And quicksand.
Yes.
I thought quicksand was going to be a bigger problem.
Right? Yeah, watching Indiana Jones, I definitely thought I'd have issues with quicksand.
But
Yeah.
I've never even seen quicksand. No.
Nope, me either.
So I have to make a note about
Unreal expectations as an adult.
well, that's one thing.
Dealing with
The 90s fashion though in this movie.
Ooh.
So he's at Kim's place and he's like, Kim's like, I'm going to go to bed. And he's like, Jeff, you can always come back. And then he's like, I'm going to go for a walk. And as he's outside, it must have been California and balmy because he's wearing the tightest 90s jeans ever.
Yep. He had a really nice ass.
He was in shape.
Oh.
Dude was jacked. 31 years old, the 45-year-old body. But he's got a jacket open with the sleeves rolled up on his coat. And he's walking around and he looks over, he sees Master Lowe's gym. And I got a kick out of this. How many times did we see Master Lowe and Mariska Hargitay?
Yeah, Mariska Hargitay.
Hargitay.
Yeah.
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
Just staring at him.
I know.
3 separate times. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know. I was watching it.
Neither of them had any dialogue either.
No, well,
They were-
Lowe did. Lowe had,
Yeah.
after the start, he didn't really.
Yeah.
But, there's a shot. Well, I didn't even notice. I didn't rewind it. Where she's standing in the window and he sees her. And then he goes to walk away and Master Lowe steps up next to her. And then they cut to a shot of the two of them just
Yeah, like
staring. I'm like, what is going on? So I rewound it and I'm like, oh, I missed that. It seemed really, really weird.
yeah, there was no explanation or point to it.
Mm-hmm. So now Tanaka comes back to Kim's shop and is like, oh, crap. So he ends up killing him. We don't see that, but Jeff
Yeah.
comes back, realizes he's dead, and then chases him down but loses him.
Yeah.
And it's-
Chases him on foot.
Yeah, for a
Chases
while,
a car
actually.
on foot. Yeah. Like, was that real too? Probably. if he was such a badass. Like, he was probably chasing a car.
For some reason, I thought he was a cop in this movie. I got told you it was a movie about a cop. He was not a cop. His brother was a cop.
And his dad was a cop.
Yes, I thought for some reason that he was.
His brother kind of looked like James Woods. Like, he had similar facial features to a young James Woods.
Judge Reinhold.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Judge Reinhold from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, he looks like Judge Reinhold, but not quite.
So when I guessed Tanaka's age and I said, like, oh, didn't he die at 47? Because Tanaka died of heart failure. This guy, his brother, Adam, died at 47 from heart failure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adam Tanaka?
No. The guy who played Adam in this, Jeff's brother.
Speakman. Wait, Adam died at 47?
Yeah. The actor who played Adam died at 47 from heart failure, just like Tanaka did when he was 70.
Oh, shit.
I know.
It's just crazy that Tanaka was 61 in this movie.
I know. How badass. Like,
pretty cool. So Jeff's all pissed off. He's walking around. He gets mugged. Well, attempted mug.
Yeah.
Kicks the shit out of 4 dudes.
All at once.
In like 3 seconds.
Yeah. He just like...
Like, all I wanted to do as a kid was be as badass as this guy.
I could see that.
And then my brother just beat me up all the time. So
that's like when I saw Charlie's Angels for the first time as a kid. I wanted to fucking...
Have you watched the new one?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
I'm afraid.
I started to, and I got 5 minutes into it and went,
You were like, this is podcast worthy.
I thought it was. But then I looked at the reviews, and no, the ratings are high. Like, I think 80-some% on Rotten Tomatoes and 90s from the viewers.
Maybe this is another conspiracy a la Gotti.
I don't know. But all I know is that, what's-her-face from...
Kristen Stewart.
Oh, God, she looks so good in that movie.
Really?
She's got short hair.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Smoke show.
Ooh.
Like a smoke show. I remember seeing the preview for it, just going like, God, seriously? So, Detective Wong. So this is the guy that's investigating Kim's place. Over 300 acting credits. He has 303 or 302 acting credits.
Yeah, I recognized him.
He's been in so many things. And then there's the other one I believe was, I just call him Shang Tsung because he's Shang Tsung to me. The guy that plays Shang Tsung, and he's Kai in this one.
Oh.
But he's Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
And he's got like 439 credits to his name, which is insane.
Jesus. What a career.
Hard-working actor.
Yeah.
Jeff's at the police station, and he runs into his little brother, and he's like, oh, shit, what's up, little brother? Mm-hmm. And then he tells him this is what's happening. He's like, Kim was my friend, too. I'm going to go find these guys. He's like, don't get involved.
Yeah.
He's going to get involved.
Oh, duh.
Come on.
Know your brother. That's the reason he was kicked out, was because he got involved with your bullshit.
It's true. Yeah, it was his brother. Like, his brother should be like, hey, man, I'm sorry for what I did.
I'm sorry for chirping at those bigger football guys and having you defend me because I got bitch slapped.
But I like this, though. It creates a little bit of conflict, a little bit of brother conflict. So now we've got stakes for the movie.
Yeah.
You know, if the friend was murdered, wants to go find the murderer. We got a little bit of conflict between the brothers. I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. So far, so good. And this is like 25 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And so now he's going to go try and track this guy down. And he goes to this gym. And man, these Koreans hate white people. He walks in and he's like, excuse me, can you help me with something? He's like, no.
Yeah.
Get out. I'm like, wow.
Okay.
And it's funny. I was laughing at that because the guy's in a gym, like a Kempo gym, where I don't know if it was a Kempo gym or not. Martial arts gym.
Yeah.
Most people that do martial arts aren't dicks. They're pretty good. Like you learn a lot when you're doing martial arts and you become a more respectful person most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I found that to be kind of
not the usual. Yeah.
No, the guy was. I'm like, okay, but then the next
You're
guy
like,
I talked
really?
to
Where's
was
all
like,
that discipline and respect you learned?
Well, the next guy I talked to was like, hey, white boy.
Yeah.
You should leave before you get hurt. And he's like, and I love this. Wouldn't it be weird if we could negotiate like this in real life? Hey, listen, pal, I'm looking for somebody. No, I'm not going to tell you. How about this? I kick your ass, and then you tell me. If I lose, you don't tell me. And he's like, but I'm not going to beat you up. I'm going to beat all 3 of you up. It's like, you're on,
okay.
Man. Like
what a unique bartering system.
How about I kick your ass first, then get the information? I'm like,
You walk into the pub tomorrow, and you're like, hey, how about you give me a burger, but instead of paying for it, I kick your ass. But if you can kick my ass, then I'll pay for it.
Yep. So your bill's $72.50. No,
roundhouse.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Let's fight. He decides to fight 3 people at once.
Yep. And succeeds.
Well, and it seemed like he was playing possum at first.
Yeah.
This is the thing that got me with this
Like
movie.
they gave him false hope. Like,
Well,
oh, we got him.
Well, but he's so good. Like he beats up 4 guys at once. No problem.
Yeah.
But here he's getting kicked in the face and kicked in the stomach and punched, not defending him. His defense sucks. That's what I
Yes.
realized through this movie. His defense is terrible.
He's all about the offense.
Yeah, he doesn't block anything, takes everything. But yeah, he eventually fights back against this first guy, kicks the shit out of him. The other 2 kicks the shit out of them. And takes an ass kicking though.
Yeah.
Like how many times can a person get kicked in the face?
I know. And not have any damage done.
Like I've been punched in the face. Like I used to train some MMA and boxing and stuff. I'm punched in the face. My brother punched me in the ribs once. I thought he broke my ribs. He also kicked me in the head.
Ooh.
I ducked the wrong way, and he knew it, and he threw a head kick. So I leaned into his head kick, and his shin just clubbed me in the temple. I hit the floor. I didn't pass out, but I hit the floor, and all I saw was stars.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I'm done. I'm good. And he's like, you shouldn't have leaned into it. I'm like, shut up, man. I couldn't stand up for a couple of minutes.
Holy
One
crap.
kick to the head. And
Yeah.
my adrenaline was going too, but that one kick to the head was enough to be like,
Just
I'm
knock you.
good.
This
Speakman got
guy.
kicked like half a
Sep-
dozen times.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm good. I'll take it. So then, we got a funeral. And then he notices that kid, Rufio. He notices Rufio there, so he chases him. I love how he just gives up.
I know.
Rufio jumps the fence. He steps into a box, goes, ah! And Rufio looks at him through we're calling him Rufio now. I don't even know his name. Looks at him through the fence, is like, whoop, and then runs away. And Jeff's just like, just gives up. I'm like,
whatever.
why don't you just jump on the other box and keep chasing him?
I know.
And then his brother's like, oh, man, come on, bro.
And he's like, he's not going to talk to cops. Just fuck off.
Oh, this line. So he tells his brother, why don't you go play with your badge? Okay. It's kind of funny.
That part got me laughing so hard. Just like the sheer, like, why don't you go play with your badge, Adam? Like,
Fine, I will then. So this is the second time. So he's walking around the corner after he makes a little scene, and there's Master Lo and Mariska Hargitay looking at him again, just like boom, 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 and then they walk away. I was like, why do you keep doing this? Why don't they have any dialogue? And then I start thinking, why hasn't he gone to
and
see her?
them?
Yeah,
Maybe they're like, you haven't found the dragon.
I guess.
Maybe. Because that was my note when he's in the crock pit. I said, oh my God, Jeff, you didn't find the dragon at all.
Found the crock.
Like, he went into the crock and he was so aggressive.
Oh, the music in there was awful.
Yes. As with all music and clubs in the 90s. Like in movies, not in real life. I don't know what clubs were like in real life in the 90s.
This. Woo! Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. All the time.
Oh.
Here's that banger. One more
love,
time.
Love.
You go into a bar in Brandon, Manitoba now, you'll hear those same songs. I'm not kidding. He just goes in there, he's like, who was he looking for?
Young.
Oh, yeah, because he's looking for Young, because they got the name. Where do you get the name Young, though?
The guy he kicked the shit out of at the karate place.
That's right, yeah. He tells him Young, so he goes
Yeah.
there, he's like, where's Young? And Young goes, you look familiar.
And then he's like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, just starts a fight in there.
Yeah.
Gets beat up, gets thrown out.
And then Tanaka's coming, and then Young is like, oh, well, we find out later that it's Young, but a shadowed figure is like, stop.
I love how easy it was to break necks in the 90s.
Right? You just...
Like, you could just break a neck, just twisting of the neck. That's all you got to do.
That's one thing I was terrified of. That's one of the things that growing up I thought I was going to have to worry about more is having my neck snapped by
break
accident.
my neck. Or just accidentally breaking someone's neck if you just grab them the wrong way.
Yep.
But I don't think it's that easy.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think we'll ever
Because
know,
you have
really.
you have your your C1 to 5 here, and then you have like your vocal cords and all your stuff.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
If you can headbang in a mosh pit without any injury except a strain, then you know, I think that goes to show.
Oh,
breaking a neck.
it was Young that had 439 acting credits.
Yes, I recognized him.
430. He's in everything. I loved him in Balls of Fury.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever.
It's a great movie.
I just remember Christopher Walken.
I was feeling like this was Team America, where he's like, step into my limo. We'll talk in there in private. Good work, Gary. Now suck my cock.
America! Fuck yeah!
So, so now he's cruising around with Young and he's getting information, false information, because Young's just trying to set him up to murder somebody that he doesn't like because it's an opposing mafia family. So he sends him to Kai, Shang Tsung. And I love how he gets the name super easy from Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
From Kai. He just like chokes him out in his car. Oh, God. Did you notice the automatic seatbelt in the car?
No.
Those were a real thing. He gets in his car and you see the seatbelt go up the side of the door.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a real thing in cars.
What?
Automatic seatbelts.
And we don't have them anymore.
No, because they're stupid.
That
Because
would-
like it was, you'd have to get in, and the seatbelt would be like in the way, and then when you close the door, it would go whoop over your shoulder. And you see it in old '90s movies where people actually get caught in it, and they can't I can't remember what movie it's in, but I've seen it in movies before where it's just nothing but a hassle. I don't think they were around for very long.
No.
Because eventually someone said this is the stupidest
This is
thing
fucking dumb.
we've
Who
ever
did
put in a car.
this?
But yeah, when he closed the door, you could see it go up, which was hilarious. So he chokes him a bit, and he gets the name
Sam?
Whoa, Sam.
Yeah.
Whoa, Sam. And he's like, who the heck is Whoa, Sam?
And then he goes to kill him, and then Rufio is like, what does he say? Like, that's his dad, or his friend, or Kim's friend, or his dad?
It's Rufio is the son of Whoa, Sam, and Whoa, Sam tells him, okay, when he's breaking into Whoa, Sam's place, there's a private elevator on the side of the building.
Oh, my God.
The private elevator seemed like such a dumb idea. It's not enclosed in anything. He gets on top of it, and he's just cool with potentially just dying
Getting
up there.
smushed.
Yeah, he's like, oh crap. There's
Yeah,
the roof.
he's like, oh, shit, I didn't plan this out.
He makes no attempt to get off and just goes, and like, okay. And then
Racing.
it starts going down. And he's like, oh shit, I should probably get off. Like, why wouldn't you be standing on the thing at the start and jumping on the pipe when it's going up? The guy waiting at the top has his back to an open window reading a newspaper. Did you notice, isn't it weird seeing newspapers in movies?
Yes.
Because like the mafia guy that got headbutt and killed, newspapers all over the table. This guy sitting at the top of the elevator reading a newspaper. It's so weird.
I know.
Seeing people hug, handshake, and read newspapers. 3 weird things in movies now. He gets up there, chokes that guy out, and then beats up the 2 guys that are coming out of the elevator. And it's like, all right, let's do this. Goes in there.
Why wouldn't you just get into the elevator with them at the last minute and beat them up and then ride the elevator up rather than like potentially get smushed?
Yeah, I don't see. He wasn't planning ahead though.
No.
He almost died.
He was being a tiger.
Wasn't being a dragon. Wasn't being wise.
No, be a dragon, bitch.
So he beats the 2 guys up, come out of the elevator, and then 2 other guys come out of
so many guys.
Place. It's a lot.
But the alarm system doesn't seem to be there because like the 2 guys, like every single time a set of 2 guys came, it wasn't like intruder alert and they were coming. It was just like happenstance.
They were just walking around. These 2 guys came out of the room. They were laughing.
Yeah.
But he took this wouldn't work. Takes a fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah.
Empties the whole thing out. Have you ever been near a fire extinguisher when it's gone off?
No. I've never had to use one or be around one.
The whole idea of a fire extinguisher is it's full of I'm not sure what it's called. Well, there's the foam, there's the air ones.
Oh, right.
Foam ones are for chemical fires.
Yeah.
Because it actually has to cover the chemicals. But the ones that are just a vapor, not a vapor, like a
the mist.
No, yeah, mist. They choke out the oxygen. So if you're standing in a room and you empty the extinguisher, you can't breathe. At all. Like it just chokes you out. That's how it puts a fire out, is it cuts out the oxygen source. And it
Did not know that.
Yeah, the more you know.
Wow.
Because it happened once. We were moving fire extinguishers and one of the pins fell out and discharged, and a cloud of it hit like the bottom of the container it was in and came back up in our faces. And me and Buddy were just because it just chokes you out immediately.
Oh, that's scary.
So he used it as like a cloud to hide himself. No, they would have found him on the ground. He would have been passed out, and the other 2 guys would have done the same thing, like gone in there, went and started choking.
Oh my God.
So you can't. That wouldn't have worked at all.
You can't do that, Jeff. Speedman.
It was cool though.
Yeah.
He goes into Wo Sam's place and he's like holding his neck and he's like, "Tell me who killed Kim, or I'm gonna break your neck." I'm like, he's like MacGruber ripping throats.
He is.
I came here to find Kim's killer and break some necks. And so I thought that, I'm like, man, again with the necks. That was just his thing.
Yeah.
And then Rufio comes in and he's like, "Hey, no, don't do it." And then that's when he's like,
Oh, I've been had.
Young was giving you some false information. I didn't do shit.
Yep.
So I love it when the movies do this. They drop the name of the movie.
Oh, I know.
It's like, you've been trained. You're a perfect weapon. No, you're the perfect weapon. I'm like,
there it is.
You did it. So then he gives him the real information. Rufio goes, I know where to find him. I'll come with you. And his dad's like, all right, you go with him.
Yeah.
Take him with you. I'm like, you're sending your kid on a mission that this guy's going to go kill a bunch of people.
Kill a bunch of people in the Korean mafia.
Yeah.
And he's like, go on, son.
And you're okay with that?
I can't get a babysitter, so you might as well.
It was almost like he was like, I don't really want this kid anymore. So yeah, you can go. It's fine.
Yeah. Damn it. Your guardian Kim is gone? Fuck. Yeah, go.
It's because he's like nothing but trouble, this kid, because he's just like Jeff was when he was growing up.
Parallels. And I love how he's like, this Rufio's just, trouble, just like you were. It's like, oh, you mean when his mom died and he was angry? Like.
Yeah. It's just no compassion for these people that lose family members.
No.
It seems a little cold and callous. The kid wants to kill. He's like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, man, you're, what is he, like 12? Maybe
probably.
Maybe 13, 14? And he's like, yeah, I want to kill this guy. I'm like, kid, relax. You don't need to kill people.
You're not the perfect weapon either.
So he's hanging out. So the brothers, the next scene is like the brothers are hanging out in the cop car. And I like, Adam says, hey, remember when you said you wanted to kill the guy that killed Kim? And I'm sitting there thinking, didn't it just happen like a week ago? Or a couple days ago?
Yeah, what was the timeline for this? Because he didn't change his clothes. Nobody changed the clothes. So I'm here thinking, is this all in one day or 2 days? I haven't seen the sunset really.
Yeah.
Like.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you're saying it like it was forever ago. And
yeah.
Like,
hey.
Why can't you just say.
Remember 10 minutes ago when you said this?
I know you want to kill that guy. So do I. He's telling him. He's opening up to him. Meanwhile, the kid's laying in the back of the car.
Yeah.
He sits up and he goes, hey, dumb brains? Is that what he called him?
I think so.
Wake up, dumb brains. There he is.
Yeah.
So neither of them are paying attention to what they're supposed to be doing. They're both looking at each other. He gets up and goes, at the perfect time, goes, there he is.
Yeah.
There's his limo.
Yep.
Like, what the hell? So this is where they're trying to ID Tanaka.
Yeah, what a shitty covert operation.
And this was just a weird... So they're leaving this compound. There's 2 lanes. What are they putting their money into?
I know. Like a toll? But for what?
Well, you pay your toll, the parking toll, I guess, to get out of wherever they are. It seemed like they were in a parkade or something. I don't know why you put limo in a parkade.
I know.
But so Tanaka's in the limo in the right lane. There's a woman in front of them on the left lane, and she's like, fumbling with it, drops it. Meanwhile, Tanaka's not dropping anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, Adam's like, come on, lady. And then she drops it, like, flips him off. And then eventually she moves and they get up there and I'm like, why is Tanaka still there?
Yeah.
What has he been doing this whole time?
He's been searching his change purse. And he's
guess.
Like, fuck. And then Rufio, they're like, okay, go, kid. And he pops up with a newspaper with eye holes in it.
Another newspaper.
And he's like, the window's down really loudly. He says, positive identification. Like, how did this covert mafia sting get approved by Adam's boss?
It's so bad.
Like, what the hell?
And then Tanaka turns around and notices the eyes cut out of the newspaper,
notices
apparently.
the eye holes.
And is like, brrr, and just takes off. So they start a car chase. More cops join in. And I love
out of nowhere.
Yeah, and there's 2 cops that are driving next to Tanaka. I guess they're just not ready to be run into at all because Tanaka just goes, bah, hits them once and they're just, boom, off the road into the water. I'm like, well, that was really easy. So this chase keeps going. They eventually, the limo hits a cop car and rolls. Cars flipped really easy back then.
Really?
Well,
I guess because they're so big and long.
Yeah, in the movies. You know, because if you hit the front of a car with another car, you won't just smash into it. You will roll.
Yeah, like 100%. Cops do pit maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah. So he rolls the limo. Oh my God. No, he doesn't roll the limo. Smashes the limo.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he does roll it.
Yeah, he rolls the limo.
And it runs. Does it land back on its wheels? Because it runs.
It lands on its side. And then
runs into a trailer full of cars.
And then the car lands on top of the limo. And then Tanaka.
Well, the unsecured car
Yeah.
falls the opposite way it should have
Yeah.
onto its side on top of the limo that's
And-
also on its side.
And then Tanaka pushes up the car that's pouring gasoline out and just throws it off of his limo and gets out unscathed.
Shoulder presses the car.
Yeah,
Which probably
he's
weighs
like-
3,000 pounds. This guy is just superhuman.
And he's 61.
Oh, I have to say, during the car chase, there's a point where the limo goes up on the sidewalk. And
That did not seem big enough.
Well, I instantly thought that was my favorite thing to do in GTA 5 was get into a bus, go into first-person mode, and just cruise down the sidewalk because you could actually see people hit the windows.
Oh my God.
I'm a bit of a crazy person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so much fun though. Just like I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna drive around, kill people. It's a good time.
It's great.
So I loved how in the 90s also, if you ever watched the movie Bloodsport, you'll know what I mean. They always had to announce that their tasers had 50,000 volts. It was a thing in the 90s. This has 50,000 volts of electricity. Don't make me use it on you. So he tases them.
And he just is like, keeps walking through. And Adam's like, oh, fuck.
Because he's badass.
And then he tases him again. And then he goes down. And Adam's like, haha, Jeff, we did it. We got him.
Good work, bro.
And then Jeff's like, I have to tell you something. And he's like, nah.
Yeah, later.
We did it. And then it looks like he puts Tanaka, in like those plastic zip tie handcuffs because he's in the back of the squad car and this street cop is like
5-month in rookie cop.
Yeah, it's like, wow, you're my hero.
I heard you did a good job back there. Good work, cop.
Yeah, good work, fellow officer. And then Tanaka like wakes up and just Hulk smashes through the plastic chicken fence.
Yeah. The supposed metal cage.
And then that, like, cars rolled everywhere in this movie.
The wheel just jerked a little bit to the right, and it was like,
And they were like,
just gone.
Barrel rolling. And I'm like, okay, so they're all dead.
Well,
Oh, no, they're
no.
all alive.
Well, because so Tanaka breaks the door open.
Yeah.
Goes to. So I had to watch this part 3 times. He goes to. Well, no, this I got a real kick out of because Adam wasn't asleep. Because Tanaka went to pull him out, and you see Adam do this. He helps him. He goes. The actor was not asleep, and he was not knocked out. There you go.
Oh my
I'll help you.
God.
Pulls
I
him
didn't
out.
notice that.
Grabs his gun. Does he break the gun?
I think so. Or like,
Because I thought he shot him, but I'm like, wait a minute, there's no blood.
Yeah.
And then the next scene, he's in a hospital bed, and I'm going,
what the fuck?
So I watched it again, and you just see Tanaka going,
Yeah, I think he just,
and you hear a gunshot go off. So he broke a gun in half.
yeah. Which at this point, you have to be considering, are you dealing with a superhuman?
Basically.
Lifting
Mutant.
cars, fucking breaking guns in half.
That was this guy. That was this character. This guy was, in every movie he was in, he was just the strongest dude ever.
Yeah, that's true. He's alive and he's like, I'm really sorry, Adam. I lied. Rufio didn't see Tanaka kill Kim at all. And Adam's like, that's all right.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
I'm alive.
fine.
Like, wow, you let that go pretty easy.
And then at this point, I looked at the time and I was like, how is there 20 minutes left of this movie? I feel like there hasn't really been
8 minutes of credits.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like there hasn't really been a rising or fall of like action with regards to like dealing with Kim's death. Like, what the fuck? What's gonna happen in these next 20 minutes?
Well, you wait and see. So
Yeah.
there's a preparation montage. I love this. I'm like, just laying out all his weapons. Knife, check. Second knife, check.
Check.
Nunchucks, check.
Check.
Fighting sticks, check. Dildos, check. Wait, hold on. Don't need those. Put those away. But that's what I loved about these old movies. Is like whenever somebody was going to go beat someone up, there was always the montage of like,
Yep, putting their stuff together.
he had to try the sticks out a little bit on the bag, make sure they worked. I'm like, damn.
Throwing the
yeah.
knives around. Yep, they're sharp. The callback. He pole vaults over this huge tall fence and then lands. And then this cop is there and he's like, oh, can't believe that worked. And then decks the cop in the face.
Well, was he a cop or
No,
was he?
I think he was a security guy, actually.
like a henchman.
Yeah.
So
He looked too old to be a henchman. He was like an old white guy. He looked like a limo driver.
maybe he was.
Maybe.
Maybe he's the replacement for Tanaka.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, Tanaka's not dead yet.
No.
No.
So
Oh, yeah.
leave Herbert alone. He's just
like,
patrolling the
just
fence.
doing his job.
Yeah.
Well, I had an issue with this. Okay, so he gets onto the roof. So he jumps the first two guys. No, they have no weapons. They're just moving some stuff, covering some
sandbags.
What's that word? Burlap. They're moving some burlap around. Gets down there, beats them up, and this is where I noticed the overacting of one of the extras.
Yes.
Because he's like, boom, bam, 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 hits the guy on his left on the back, but he just goes, boom, and just like jumps onto his stomach. I went, whoa, rewound it, and I'm like, nope, he completely just boom, jumped into that. His legs kick out behind him. I'm like, wow. So they've got to watch another guy coming up, and Jeff's laying on his side and gives him like a sideways leg choke.
Yeah.
It just seems so impractical.
He's like, come into my trap.
And this is another issue I have with bad guys. The guy could have just come up behind him and jumped him.
Oh.
But instead he goes, hey, you.
Yep.
And then starts fighting him.
I'm here to kick your ass.
And then more guys come in. And the one guy had a knife. So I don't understand why none of these
henchmen had weapons?
Yes.
Yeah.
They all like you get a knife. That's all you get.
Right?
Where are the guns?
I know. Like, this is the mafia after all. Like, this is the Korean mafia.
I would think that one or two of these guys would not engage. You know what I mean? Like, if you got no gun, you're watching this guy kick the shit out of your henchmen.
I'd be
partners.
like,
I'm out. I'm out. I just work here, man. I'm going to leave.
I'm taking a personal day. Like,
the next scene, he comes up, he's got his fighting sticks. Now, did he say this or did the other guy say it?
I think the other guys said it.
Hey guys, it's break time.
Yeah, and then then went after him because it didn't sound like Jeff's voice.
No, and I didn't see a mouth move.
No, I think it was the guys working, loading the sandbags. And then because when they said it, I was like, oh, they see this guy means business. They're just working in the factory. They want nothing to do with it. But then no, they started coming after him. And I'm like, what the hell?
So I made that note. I said, are these guys henchmen or are they just workers who just don't turn down a fight?
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, well, this guy wants to fight. Fuck it. Let's fight then. I don't work for these mafia guys. It's like, oh, big tough guy, huh?
Yeah, just picture me at the bar and like there's something happening and I have to like go tell people to calm the fuck down. And I just look at a customer and I'm like, time to take my 15.
It's break time.
And then I hop over the bar. Yeah, like what?
Yeah, they just didn't fit the bill of mafia henchmen.
No, they were wearing like these
dock workers.
Dock worker jumpsuits loading sandbags onto pallets. Like,
yeah, it seemed odd. So now we finally see a guy with a gun. So Jeff's walking in the open.
Yep.
Below the guy with a gun. The guy's up on the top, and he just shoots from the hip, the whole clip, misses every shot, and then stands in the open up on the causeway.
He's like, ah, fuck.
Damn it. Reloads again. Waits till you see Jeff poke his head up. A whole clip again, but emptied out. And then Jeff goes, lobs a knife over him. The guy goes, huh? And then throws the other one, hits him in the shoulder, and that just puts the guy's lights out. He's like, wham! Ah! And just freezes up, falls through the fucking floor. I'm like,
paralyzes him.
What did it hit you in the shoulder?
I know.
You should be able
He's
to go
like,
like,
my
oh,
gun hand.
Complete fucking freeze up. We're getting near the end here.
Yeah, at this point, there's like 15 minutes left or 10 minutes left.
Yeah, so now he gets up to where Kai and Young are, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Classic bad guy mistake. Kai sits there, has him at gunpoint, and is like,
let me tell you my plan.
yeah, and then Young's like, I just wanted to have you here so I could say goodbye to you, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, blah, 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 blah. Fights them both. So while he has Young, like, up against the wall, he's like, this is what it feels like before you die. He starts choking him, and he's like,
except
I can't kill you.
He's holding him with his arms crossed and is lifting him up against this thing, and he's like, this is how it feels before you die. Well, and his arms are crossed.
Yeah, but you probably didn't do this. We were weird when we were kids. We used to get high and then pass each other out.
No.
I only ever let somebody do it to me once. But like I went to school with kids, like on lunch break, we'd go to our friend's place and we'd smoke weed, and they would like, you bend at your waist and fucking deep breaths, and then you stand up and you're all lightheaded, and then somebody takes their hands, crosses their arms, and squeezes against your jugular. and until you passed
Oh,
out.
at my school, they didn't do that, but like, I remember after school, I saw some kids and they were like, and crossed their arms like this, and then went face against a wall, and then someone like pushed their back, and then that made them pass out like that.
Weird.
I remember seeing that shit, and I was like, y'all are killing your very few brain cells.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Yeah, I did it once, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. Because I woke up and I was like twitching, and everybody was laughing. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Oh my God.
But I watched other people do it countless times. I'm like, God, you guys are so dumb.
Holy
These
shit.
are my friends.
Wow.
Didn't have a lot to choose from.
Maybe that's why I like didn't have friends like in my early years of school.
Because you didn't want to get passed out like
Yeah. But also because I had like this, maybe because I had this cute anxiety thing where you know how people like lick their lips when they're anxious? Okay, so I did that, except it got so exacerbated that I started licking the outside of my mouth.
Oh, you get the
And I
chapped
had
lips?
Not just chapped lips. The entire around here was red and chapped.
I've
and
seen
swollen.
kids like that.
Yeah, I look like a clown.
You were one of those kids. Used to be I know a kid like
I
that.
was highly anxious.
Used to know a kid like that on the school bus. Albert. He would always have a grape juice mustache. Like 10 years old. I'm like, kid, use your lips. Don't use your face. Kid was weird.
Albert liked his grape juice.
He did. So I loved the look on Tanaka's face. The acting was amazing. So he's coming in on that boat when he sees us.
Oh yeah,
He
he's like,
he goes. It was hilarious. I had to rewind it again. I'm like, let me see that face one more time. It's like, what? Because he's so badass and like
and stoic,
sturdy,
and then he's
yeah,
coming
and
up on the waves, and he's like, "Book."
oh, shit. So, yeah, young, like he's like, I'm not going to kill you. And he lets him go. And bad rookie move.
Yep.
Because Young stabs him in the back, but he stabs him right smack in the middle of the fighting stick. And it's like, ooh, bad news, bro.
Yep. Bad news bears.
Jeff's defense is shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've mentioned this earlier. Because now he's fighting Tanaka.
Yeah.
Tanaka's just hitting him. Tanaka is slow.
Yeah, he's so big.
And Jeff is very fast. So
And
he
yet
should be-
Tanaka's
he should be able to just deke everything.
but
like,
no.
Just like, wah, wah,
he's
wah.
it's like he's taking all of the punches and stuff to throw to like show like, yeah, I'm so tough.
Well, see, this was just the story template of 90s movies. Hero gets beat up a little bit and then makes
And
a
then
comeback.
resurges.
But this comeback, oh my God. So,
Yeah, the knife belt.
well, okay, first he grabs a chain. So
Right.
Tanaka's strategy is working very well. He's hitting with his hands and he's doing a great job. Then he's like, I'm going to grab some chain. Swings the chain at him 10 times, misses every time. Put the chain down.
Yeah.
Go back to your hands. But instead, he's like, now I'm going to pull out he puts the flower in his shirt.
Oh yeah, because he's like, you're gonna die now, and then unhooks his belt, but it's a knife on a belt, like
Yeah.
a knife belt buckle.
I put sword scarf.
Yeah.
Either or words. But I love this. So he's swinging it around. Jeff stands totally still. And Tanaka's like, "Gah!" like a slow motion.
Yeah.
Whips it past him. He doesn't move. So he completely misses him.
Yeah.
And he's like, So Jeff grabs it, swings it back, and throws it hard enough to cut into steel and hold the pressure of a propane tank. A giant propane tank. So that's how hard he threw it. Hard enough to puncture steel and plug that hole of high pressure propane.
And then he grabs the chain and he whips it at the tank and makes it explode.
Yeah, because Tanaka pulls it out. So he pulls out the
right.
knife holding the pressure back. The propane is now going from liquid to gas, hitting him directly in the face. And I Googled it. It does the same thing that a fire extinguisher would do. It completely removes the oxygen. So he just stands there and takes it. He wouldn't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
He'd probably pass out because he's breathing in pure propane. But no, instead,
And then he gets on fire.
because
He
Jeff
gets lit.
throws three links of a chain at the propane tank, creates a spark big enough to spark the propane, I guess,
Yep.
and lights him on fire. And then he just explodes. Like, doesn't just burn, he explodes, which is awesome.
Yeah. Like that. All of him is up in flame.
And then to cap it all off, goes back to Master Lowe's to see Jennifer. Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
And I've Got the Power comes back on.
I got the power. Found the dragon.
And I love this. It's almost like The Godfather. Like he's like, she just comes like, oh, look, they're looking at each other.
Yep.
Now let's just close the door. Click.
You
Credits.
think? Yeah.
The perfect weapon. It honestly.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I was expecting it to be bad because it was something I thought was really good as a kid.
Yeah.
And I had not seen it, like I said, since like probably 92. So I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been 27 years since I saw this movie. And it held up.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It just, my big standout from this was what happened to Jeff Speedman.
Speakman.
What happened to Jeff Speakman? Why didn't he blow up? And
That's really surprising because maybe it was because like he was 30. Like I said, he was 31 when he made this movie. 31, but he looked like he was in his mid 40s. So it might have been that. Like,
yeah, he didn't have the look like Van Damme did.
yeah, I guess
That could be it.
like he was. I don't know. He was in shape and good martial artist.
Yeah,
Maybe he's in a couple other movies. I'm gonna look it up.
maybe.
But what do you rate this movie?
I am gonna give this movie 2 I've Got the Powers out of 10 high kicks.
Wow.
Because
2 out of 10?
yeah.
Wow.
Just because like I liked most of the martial arts. It looked real. There wasn't any like super cringe or overacting. But other than like it was a good fun watch, but nothing really like watching the movie. I wasn't like overtaken with I need to know everything about this movie, good or bad. I need to know the trivia. Because I always look up trivia. I tried to and there was no trivia. I even like read the wiki, and the wiki, like the plot was just very simply written and it didn't give me any more insight. So yeah, I think I gave it such a low rating because like what the fuck happened to Jeff Speakman?
Damn, you guys heard it here first. Katie's hard on the 90s movies. Jeez. I'm giving it 5.5 pairs of tight jeans out of 10 rolled up coat sleeves. Because the fight scenes were awesome. They were way better than a lot of other movies that I've seen.
Yes.
The story was pretty basic, but it clipped along at a good speed, and all the information that you needed was there.
True.
It lacked in a decent soundtrack.
And cinematography.
Yeah, cinematography was kind of it was just plain.
And
It
I
was
didn't
very
know where it
plain.
was taking place.
Yeah, I didn't really care.
That
Because I knew like back in the 90s they didn't really put a lot of stress on that.
True. I just want to know where the Korean mafia is like.
Koreatown somewhere,
Yeah.
apparently. We got to give a shout out to
Yes,
somebody.
we do.
Do it.
We are giving a shout out to fellow content creator, one of my friends, Niptacular14. He streams horror games on Twitch. He usually streams like Sundays, Mondays. He's a really big horror fan. He is a really big fan of our podcast, and we're also like Jeff and I are big gamers. So
Yeah.
gamers and
Niptacular14.
Yes.
We'll throw the info up on the screen right now too.
Yeah.
We'll get all that stuff for you.
yeah, he makes like merch too. Got this dope notebook I'm using for the podcast now. He's got coffee mugs, water bottles, sweatshirts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, we got to figure out where he gets all his stuff made.
Yeah, because then we need merch.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, that's coming next month once I
Merch,
can actually
merch,
spend some money on it. So I have just pulled another movie out of the
My cup. Katie's
jar
cup.
of Katie's movies, and it is going to be so. The next movie of the podcast is the first one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The 2014 one.
Oh, the remake.
The live action one.
Oh shit!
I wouldn't dare.
Good.
Put that one on the podcast.
You want to make fun of the original?
No,
a
I'm making
classic.
fun of the one where fucking Johnny Knoxville is Leonardo.
With Megan Fox,
Yeah, it's April whatever.
April O'Neil.
Thank you. That was okay. Remember when we first decided to make our little lists? That was the one that I put in and took one out.
Oh,
Because when we were first filming,
we were talking about it on the podcast.
yes,
talking
and
about,
I was like,
I'm fucking Raph, bro.
fucking hear my size. Wake up, motherfucker. I set my alarm to that again the other day. And because I only ever chose Leonardo, and then after making fun of like what the Raph one would be, I was like, let's give it a try.
It's Raph. Get out of bed.
It's literally that. You wake up and it's like, what's up, bro? It's Raph from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Time to get out of bed. Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta play that for me at some point in time. We're gonna throw it on here sometime.
I'll set my alarm for like a couple minutes after and film it tonight and send it to you. Nice. It's so fucking funny.
Do it.
Do it now.
Find us on Facebook at Real Garbage Podcast, Instagram at Real Garbage Podcast. You can find Kaity Rem on Instagram. You can find me, Jeff O. Larnick. It's OLYARNYK. It's really easy to spell.
Yes.
Super easy to spell. Find us on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Share it with your friends. Do us a favor. Go on Apple iTunes and give us a 5-star rating so we can get into the algorithm. We can start getting more people listening to this because we enjoy the hell out of doing this for you guys. Mm-hmm. And we're going to keep on doing it every week because this is just what we love doing. Love ripping movies.
It's one of our hobbies.
Yeah. Well, everybody, bye.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.